Do you think the morality of Ram was different from morality of Krishna? Even their definitions of what Ram thought of as dharma versus what Krishna thought of as dharma, were those different?
I think they take two different approaches to dharma in some situations. Rama and the Ramayana, Krishna and the Mahabharata. Krishna, especially when it comes to the dharma of battle, dharma can mean many things, but even on just a local level of the rules of war, Krishna sees some of these, this goes back to this idea of him as a realist, that he sees some of these things as a means to an end. And when confronted with questions of whether this person is following the dharma or not, the righteous path, or what a warrior should be doing, what a kshatriya should be doing, he takes a very different approach than Rama. Whereas for Rama, he is trying to embody dharma to its fullest, and there is a very clear hierarchy, and he is, even in moments that are controversial, trying to see himself as not breaking any other dharma, just following the dharma. So if I could just give a quick example, if you compare the interaction between Vali and Rama after Rama strikes Vali in hiding. Now, in both yugas and in both worlds of the Ramayana and Mahabharata, that's a breach of the battle, when they're battling with someone else, to have a third party intervene. And so Vali says, look, you've breached your dharma as a kshatriya because you have not acted honorably in hitting me in the way you have not acted honorably in even striking me, because you and I have no issue. And I am a vanara, but I'm not an animal that is hunted. So this is not even against the dharma of a hunter. So you have two, Vali levels two important charges that he says, Rama, you failed in your dharma as a kshatriya by hitting me, and you have failed in your dharma as a hunter. And Rama's response is very simply that, I failed in either of those. The dharma of a kshatriya is to enforce righteousness, and what you've done to your brother and his wife is unrighteous. And so as a representative of Bharata, I am inclined to enforce that dharma. And then, of course, the second argument is, I am following the dharma of a hunter because I have a right to strike a vanara. And when you hunt, you can hunt from hiding. I don't think if Krishna were put in that position, he would make the same arguments. He would be willing to concede that, we'll get into examples of that in the war, but he would be willing to concede that there are times that you need to overlook certain local dharmas for some kind of greater good. And he is very comfortable in framing it that. He is very comfortable in also turning the tables on the person who's making the accusation against, and saying, well, and interrogating whether they were, these people who are calling out dharma, whether they themselves were always perfectly following